princes themselves. Now, we saw this in the previous chapter where we have Fueguchi and then we have Macho. Because they share direct blood, they're sisters. They're pure-blooded sisters. They're teaming up, and Macho's leading the way on this one, but they're teaming up themselves to take out the other princes. So this, of course, coincides with this guy's statement. Once again, it just won't be carried out by us or private soldiers, but the princes themselves. And you can kind of see this whole thing applying when it comes to, let's say, the fourth prince, whatever his name is, Terra, I can't say his name, and Benjamin. You see, Benjamin and him, they have the same mother, the first queen. And these two are definitely gonna try and kill each other via their own hands, if need be. So that right there is an explanation as to how the wives themselves play a role in this, even in some small way, when it comes to the guards, and how the princes themselves will get their hands dirty, if need be, literally, with the blood of their fellow princes. Despite the previous laws that were in place when it came to the assassination or the assassination attempts of other princes. Now after that, they start talking about the seed urn ceremony, and how we see before, where like basically there's like this weird fairy type creature that puts a egg or a seed into the prince's mouth, and then we know that that would activate the Nen beast of that person. Well, apparently, what that seed is a parasitic Nen beast. I thought that it'd be more so on like the special side, but it looks like it's more so on the conjurer side, which, I mean, it is what is there. But the main thing here is not the fact that it's a Nen beast. The main thing here is that it is a parasitic Nen beast. It is a parasitic Nen creature. And the moment they start to dive into the discussion about the parasitic Nen beast, Kurapika looks towards his right, and then he sees like a Pokemon unknown type of Nen parasitic beast. And it's on like this dude's head. It's just crawling on this guy's head. It's like, what the fuck's going on there? And then it turns into like this wonky, crazy circus of Nen beast all around them. This weird dragon thing, again, like this giant, I mean, it starts off as like a giant bear rat thing, and it winds up shrinking throughout the entire chapter. And then there are like these weird flying jellyfish type of things, more of these unknown Pokemon-ish type of Nen parasitic beast. So basically, the entire 14 is covered for a period of time in these parasitic Nen beasts. And it's not Prince Wobble as far as we understand. In fact, it looks like the other princes are affecting Area 14, but they're not doing so deliberately. The Nen beasts are going around and shit's just happening. That's the way it seems. Or perhaps maybe a prince can control the Nen beast and they're targeting the 14th prince specifically. They're targeting Prince Wobble herself. So it could be the case, we're not too sure. But at this point in time, we're still in that like analyzing phase of the issue at hand. So my guess here is that there is probably a prince or two that does know Nen to a certain extent. And that person is aware of the parasitic beast that is now feeding off of his or her Nen. And in doing so, that person is probably attempting or in some ways is controlling that Nen creature. However, if you don't know Nen, that Nen beast will still take energy, will still take Nen from that person, and it will just do its own thing. So for the Nen creature itself, it is better off if the host does not know Nen at all. And in Prince Wobble's case, since Prince Wobble is a baby, there's no way Prince Wobble can know or even master Nen. Therefore, Prince Wobble's Nen creature is doing God knows what the fuck. Now, at this point in time, Kurapika, he calls the other bodyguards, he calls Melody, he calls Biscuit, and Melody says everything is clear on her side. But on Biscuit's side, things were hectic. There were Nen beasts there, but after a while they cleared, they got out. So at this point in time, Kurapika is assuming that maybe a prince or two is using these Nen beasts to kind of like scope out the competition to see if Prince Wobble is a threat or not. And what's fascinating about this is this does make sense given the fact that the Nen beasts after a period of time they leave, with the exception of the weird bear rat thing. The weird bear rat thing is talking to Sairi, one of the bodyguards, whatever his name is, and it's asking him, do you have any free time, bro? You got free time, dog? Got free time? Just keeps on nagging him, do you have free time? And then I think the Nen took effect like permanently once I responded to it. Once he said, no, I don't have free time at the moment, or something along those lines, that's when that creature like attached itself to him. So the other guy, the guy with like the spiky hair, when that dude, he looks around and he sees no more Nen creatures, no more Nen parasitic beasts, the fact that Sairi responded to that one bear rat thing initially, now he became infected by that parasite Nen beast, which winds up controlling him later on, and that's why he stabbed those 2 bodyguard dudes, as well as the other guy in his trio, the guy with the spiky hair. That's what I think. But also, what's fairly weird about this whole Nen parasitic beast issue is how, why would the war itself be based on the Nen beasts themselves when the princes can't even control them? Again, maybe a prince or 2 can in fact control their Nen beast. Maybe. However, most of them can't, because the seed urn ceremony took place like a month ago. So odds are is that you can't control your Nen parasitic creature in that short of a time span, let alone if you don't know how to use your Nen to begin with. So the question becomes, and I quote from Kurapika, the princes themselves don't know about the abilities they gained in the ceremony. They're going to kill each other without being aware of them, meaning the Nen parasitic beast. But that doesn't make any sense. If they gained Nen, they should at least be able to see the Nen beast. So when it comes to the whole parasitic part of it, just because you gain a parasitic Nen beast doesn't mean that the person themselves can actually now start utilizing Nen. They can't use like the Nen of the eyes and whatnot. That's something that you have to train independent of yourself. Again, it is a parasitic Nen creature. It exists on its own, which is fairly strange. And actually, I'm starting to wonder if the seed urn ceremony has ties to the Dark Continent, because I don't recall this whole thing being introduced. And the fact that these creatures are acting independent makes it even weirder, because it kind of kills the purpose of the succession war in this case, because it should be a battle between the princes, not necessarily the Nen parasitic beast. You see what I'm saying? So Kurapika talks to the Vegeta hair dude, and then he says, is a parasitic ability similar to a curse? Then the guy says this, yes, it uses the host aura to fuel the ability, and many are conjured base. The host is left unaware and can't control them. They can protect or sometimes attack the host. So the host not using Nen isn't an issue. It works better that way. When they drain aura, the host only feels it as unexpected fatigue. So again, that's very intriguing there. So what he says there about not being able to control the parasitic beast, that could be right. However, I doubt that. There could be someone among the princes that has found a way. Because again, I have to wonder, that bear rat thing in particular has me a little bit suspicious about not being able to control the Nen parasitic creatures. And more so, it's a curse. So the urn itself is a cursed-based Nen seed parasite thing. It's weird. It's honest to God weird. I want to find out more about the seed urn itself. I really do. Then after Kurapika talks to the Vegeta guy about how the Vegeta guy, he wants to follow beyond to the actual Dark Continent. He's one of those guys. And then you have Kurapika himself talk about how his goal is the 4th Prince, and how their goals are independent, but their goal right now should be to protect Queen Oito and whatnot. So they're focusing on the immediate future when it comes to protecting the 14th Prince of Kaiken and the 8th Queen of Kaiken. And right now, shit's hit the fan again, because the other dude who was talking to that one weird bear rat thing, that thing is now shrunken in size considerably, and he had free time, he said I had free time, and then he winds up stabbing the other 2 bodyguards as well as the other guy in their posse, the guy with the spiky hair. So that being said, I'm done. We're done with the chapter review. So this is the last chapter review, I believe. Yeah, like this is chapter 360, and the announcement did come for this chapter, I believe so. So that being said, folks, I'm done. I will see you guys in 2019, hopefully 2017, but perhaps that's being too wishful. Either way, I'm done. The chapter overall, it's a very fascinating chapter. So the only part that sucks, essentially, is knowing that it's going to take us a while to find out what's going to happen to Kurapika and company when it comes to the Nen parasitic creatures, when it comes to how the other princes, what role they're playing in this, and if you actually can't control these creatures and whatnot and whatnot. So that's it. I'm done. King Lightning. The chaptering overall, I thought it was a solid good plus chapter. And I will see you guys when I see you guys. Rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Have a nice goddamn day.